portrayed. We'd certainly appreciate that also.
I would, Mr. Chairman, and that's actually what I want to speak about. First of all, thank you for your testimony. A couple of things is the point that I'm trying to bring up in all this is that the election process, and I think the testimony from both Mr. Johnson and Ms. Kearns identifies this as from the League of Women Voters, is so incredibly flawed that if we sit back and try to even remotely believe that the system is sacrosanct, or whatever the case may be, it's just pure nonsense. I would welcome hearing from anyone from either side. I don't always enjoy hearing stuff that I don't want to hear. We have a caucus that we've set up specifically so we can get identification of problems on both sides of the aisle. We need to solve this problem, and those multiple different ways of this problem of voter identification, voter fraud, and people who are not legal aliens or legal citizens voting is monumental and needs to be identified. We're hearing comments in the press all the time. It doesn't exist. I saw the testimony from Mr. Schmidt a while ago. I saw other court cases and realized it does. And I can assure you from my experience in the military, I did the elections in Iraq in January 2015, or 2005, and I was awarded a Bronze Star for it. And I can assure you that that process, in order to provide some degree of sanctity, was not an insignificant process. And I can tell you from what I've experienced in Pennsylvania, there are over 180 ways. I appreciate with inflation, the comment's now up to 190, but it was 180 when I started, that at 180 different ways that you can commit voter fraud in Pennsylvania. We need to get to the bottom of this. It is a nonpartisan issue. We need to resolve it. We need to hear from both sides of the aisle to get to it and solve the problem. Well, whenever solutions come up to be partisan in nature immediately, it gets to be a problem. I thank you for bringing it to our attention. We need to resolve it. Many of us here were in the military, fought to have the protection and the ability of other people to be able to vote freely and have their vote that should count be the only one that counts, not any other one else who decides to enter the process. Mr. Chairman, thank you.
Thank you.